Hi everyone, hope you are doing well. Let's dive into food safety training, essential practices for food handling and hygiene. This training module is basic food safety. The basic food safety, I'm reminding you again, is a basic needs in food safety industry. Basic food safety training, this will provide you importance of food safety, employee responsibility in food industry, impact of food safety failure, building a food safety culture. We'll be discussing about food safety, how food safety can prevent illnesses, protect our customers, and uphold public health standard in any country or any industry you are operating. Food service environment is always complex, so we need right employee, qualified, and trained employee to perform work within food industry. The vital role of maintaining hygiene, following safety protocols to protect customer and co-workers. Impact of food safety failures is quite huge. There is a great chance business can interrupt, legal issues, lead to loss of customer trust. So in, down the line, there is a great chance the business bad reputation, not a good sign for the food business. Building food safety culture is a teamwork. We have to work together, and our day-to-day food safety challenges we are going through and making sure all the precautionary measures and food safety chain being handled properly. So training objectives will be understanding the food safety risk, what are the risks we have, including contamination and unsafe handling practices, preventing foodborne illnesses. So how we can prevent foodborne illnesses, how we can control and make sure the food that we produce or serve to the client is 100% safe. So we prevent foodborne illnesses. Basically, the food that you eat, after you eat, you get ill, that is called foodborne illnesses. So consistent safe handling. So staff, the consistency has to be there because the food people consume every day. So the consistency of performance has to be every day at optimum level of food safety manner with and from every employee. During busy work, busy period is quite hard, but being a consistent safe food handler is only success in food industry. So personal responsibility and awareness. Training promotes the idea every food handler hold personal responsibility for maintaining food safety standard. Why food safety matters? It matters everywhere. At your home, restaurant, that the place you go and eat, and maybe place you work, where company provide you food, everywhere food safety matters. Public health protection obviously from bacteria, viruses, parasite and chemical hazard, uh, protecting all the consumer health. Business sustainability, maintaining food safety pro- protects business reputation of course, and company reputation, finally business reputation, customer trust and avoid financial losses from fines or closure. So legal compliance, of course, there is food safety standard we have to maintain in every country we operate business. So avoid penalties, license suspension we can avoid, and legal action we can avoid so our business can go further. Cultural prevention, employee awareness and training promote consistent procedures and risk control, ensuring food safety before problem arise. So it's a precautionary measures we have to take from each part of our side, each member of uh, food handler who is handling the business. And it doesn't matter whether it's transporting food, production, services, and handling. So every part we have a great responsibility. This is why food safety matter. So if there is food safety assurance is not there, obviously there will be loss of trust from client or customer. So finally closure of business also can happen. The consequences is dead. So if we don't care, so is food safety really matter in every place we operate. Foodborne illnesses. What is foodborne illness? Causes of foodborne illnesses, how it cause. Foodborne illnesses is caused by harmful bacteria, viruses, toxins, and improper food storage or handling practices that promote foodborne illnesses. Obviously, the food that we swallow or eat, whatever it is not good for health. Basically, when we consume those food, the contaminated or not good food, spoiled food with a lot of harmful bacteria and viruses or toxins, chemical contamination or physical contamination from that particular food, if we consume, we get ill. That is foodborne illnesses. So easily can get, everyone can get. In life, we get a lot of foodborne illnesses. Some illnesses are controllable, handleable, some are really vulnerable. Symptoms are really vulnerable. When we have a foodborne illnesses, symptoms, mostly common symptoms are include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and fever with severe effect on children and immune compromised individual. If you don't have a good immune system, minor foodborne illness also can harm you very badly. Prevention through food safety. How we can prevent all this sickness and illnesses. Proper hygiene, of course, when we are handling food, while we are cooking, proper storage, proper temperature control, and prevent outbreak, protect public health, obviously. Role of food handlers. Food handlers play a critical role by following protocols and reporting unsafe condition to stop contamination steps. So basically, food handler, if you are a food handler, so you are the one who will be having the best and the greater responsibility to make sure the food that you prepare and produce are safe to consume for human. Personal hygiene is very important, obviously, because you are the one handling or food handler. If hygiene is not good, there is a great chance our body contain millions of bacteria and viruses we can carry from one place to another, also the hand. So by hand, by body, maybe by breathing or our outlets, whatever it is. So so to make sure those things are not contaminated with food, so that is why food personal hygiene is the topmost important thing in food safety. So importance of hand washing, protect clothing and reporting illness, avoid unsafe habit, and commitment to the hygiene. These are the 4 points we must comply while we are handling food. Regular and proper hand washing, obviously. Hand washing technique at least minimum 20 to 45 second hand washing or minute. So according to the procedure you have through your company. Protective clothing, obviously, not wearing good uniform, clean uniform being washed every after shift. Restraints, of course, hairnet or hair fall protection. Reporting illness if you have any symptoms, cold, cough, or any symptoms of illness, so that you report on time, so you get medication on time, so you don't mix up with the food. So avoid unsafe habit, obviously touching faces. It's like an unsafe habit for in food safety perspective. Uh, Touching face is not a good habit. Eating in preparation area, for example in kitchen, if you are eating food in kitchen, there is a great chance you might contaminate food from your bacteria uh, coming from your mouth, of course, or maybe anyway, there is a great chance you can contaminate food. So avoid eating in preparation area, using phones and limit using phones also not good because the phone you carry everywhere. So a phone can be one bacteria and viruses carrier from one place to another. So there is a great chance you might contaminate food. Maintain hygiene standards. Of course, you have to maintain always. Commitment to hygiene. Consistent personal hygiene require awareness, discipline, and commitment from all food handlers daily. Proper hand washing is it's a common sense you have to use, of course, but there is a basic rule. Wet hand, apply soap, scrub all area for 20 seconds, rinse and dry thoroughly for best hygiene. Critical time for hand washing. So wash hand before work, after restroom use, handling of raw food, of course, touching waste, any waste handling if you are doing. After that, you have to wash your hand. Or potential contamination. If you feel potential contamination, for example, you put your finger to your nose or somewhere, you feel okay, there is a chance of contamination. So common sense, you have to use your own knowledge of food hygiene and contamination and go and wash your hand. Every food industry where you have a food preparation, food production, everywhere there is hand wash basin and enough soap or drying method. Gloves use and hygiene. Gloves do not replace hand washing. Obviously, if your hand is not good, not clean, and you are simply putting gloves only, you don't avoid contamination. So replacing hand washing and must be, obviously gloves do not replace hand washing and must be changed frequently to maintain food safety. Obviously, gloves uh, is not the option to avoid hand washing. You have to wash your hand whenever it needs, and changing gloves time to time also required. Health and safety benefit. Proper hand washing removes harmful microbes and reduce food safety risk in the workplace. Let's dive into another slide. If you're understanding what I'm trying to deliver you. Cross contamination. Basically, cross contamination, definition of cross contamination, transfer of harmful microorganisms between food, surfaces, or people, causing food safety risk. So cross contamination is like a basically one and another mixing and bad mixing with bacteria, viruses, or any other illnesses, microorganism that mix to your food and the food is not good for health. So basically, that consequently food is not good for health. Cross is a large amount of cross contamination. There is great chance the foodborne illnesses appear. Common cause. Using the same equipment for raw and ready to eat food or improper food storage can cause contamination. For example, every kitchen they have a color coding system for knife and chopping board so that avoid raw food and ready to eat food contamination. Prevention method. Separating raw and cooked food using color coded tools, cleaning surfaces, and good hygiene reduces contamination risk. Important of training. So time to time we have to train people and we have to remind them. Sometimes refreshing mind work better than the big and huge informative training. So basic things in their head and keep refreshing them in between. So that makes the awareness and presence of mind of food handler. So that way we can avoid contamination, all the safety measures, precaution we have, whether it's falling or not. We have to make sure regular checks and ensure everything is going according to standard of food safety. Time and temperature is the most important thing in food safety as well as quality assurance. So cooking, holding and receiving everywhere. Uh, storing, preparation, pre-preparation everywhere, temperature matter. So your any microbes uh, grow rapidly between 6 to 5 to basically previously it was 6, now it's like a 5 to 60 degrees Celsius. Some company they have own standard, so you should follow that standard. Known is the danger zone for food safety. Cold and hot food storage. Cold food must be stored below 5 degrees Celsius. So 0 to 4 it set to call the safest area to keep or store cold food. If it is too low, also it's not good. You can there will be like a cold burn. So the fresh food will be having cold burn. So maintain 3 or 3 4 whichever you require according to your food that you are storing in cold store. Food must be held at above 60 degrees Celsius if there is hot food to prevent bacteria growth. So it doesn't really eliminate bacteria but avoid or prevent bacteria growth. If there is less growth, obviously the contamination or food spoilage can happen more slowly, so we are more safer side. Safe cooking and handling. Cooking to proper internal temperature destroys bacteria, cooling and reheating must be rapid and safe. So rapid cooling is everywhere. There is blast chilling, we call it blast chilling. If there is no blast chilling, we can do manual chilling as well with utilizing ice and temperature. Temperature monitoring is everywhere. There is like a HACCP chain. All the HACCP chain is controlled by temperature and proper uh, food safety awareness. And these documents are recorded. CCP control critical control 1 to 7, mostly famous one. So that every company follow. So you should follow your company rule and regulation. That is comes under HACCP. Temperature monitoring need to be done, not only for food safety, of course, for the equipment safety, and our awareness of food safety is always in presence of mind. Whenever we receive food, before we prepare, of course, we receive food, temperature verification has to be done. Check that frozen food are solid, chilled food are cold, and hot food are hot or ensure safety. Hot to ensure safety, of course, hot. As I said, above 60 degrees Celsius, below 5, or below minus 18 degrees Celsius if it is frozen food. Packing and cleanliness. Inspect packaging integrity and cleanliness to identify contamination or damage that require rejection. Employee training and procedures. Train employee. We have to train employee always, identify food safety issues, and follow proper reporting and receiving procedures. Every company they have receiving procedure, visual checks, smell or temperature, and the sensation. Now when you sense, how is senses? Is it firm or it is soft? Whenever we looks, how is the color? These all are the receiving food temperature verification process we have to do according to company procedure. Safe storage. After we receive food, we have to store those. All the material that we receive from supplier or supply vessel. So that temperature labeling is very important one. So cold food should go under cold store, freezed food should go under freezer store, and dry food should go below 25 degrees Celsius with the humidity control below 65 percentage. So that we have to make sure. And FIFO organization cycling material cycling system, first in first out, not only by supply but with the expiry date that visually we can see. All organizations, whatever food they receive, they have a commercial label with expiry date and production, so that FIFO has to follow according to production and expiry date, commercial production and expiry date label. And as well as if there is items we have to take out and put in condiments container and all, we have to label original expiry date and as well as open date, so we know when it open, when it has to be consumed, so people don't have confusion. Separation of raw and ready to eat food. Store raw food no longer shelves separately, of course, no lower shelves. Basically, let me repeat again, store raw food on lower shelves separately. Obviously, when there is raw food, there is a great chance it can mix with the ready to eat food, so it's better to stay always at the bottom to prevent cross contamination and dripping into ready to eat food. So we have to always keep ready to eat food or dry food at the top, and dripping food or dripping chances food or raw food always stay down. So when we make hierarchy of shelving food, so we have to maintain this. Especially this apply in chiller. So chiller is always, it's a very essential. So we have to be careful on that when we are. But there is companies rule and regulation. Some companies they always keep some company keep there is a rule like a poultry item down and meat following by seafood and ready to eat. Some company they have different, so you have to follow with that. But raw food always bottom, ready to eat at the top. Cleanliness and monitoring. Keep containers covered and storage area tidy. Always tidy, good housekeeping, nice cleaning, sanitization procedure been done properly, and doing cleaning regularly. So monitoring condition of area and ensure hygiene is assured all time in your store. Cleaning and sanitization, of course, importance of cleaning is all matter. So cleaning removes visible dirt, grease, debris from surfaces, preparing them for sanitization. It's a role of sanitization reduce harmful microbe on surfaces or any area that you prepare food, keep food, store food. A safe level ensuring food. There you cannot 100% avoid bacteria or microbes, but at least you can uh, you know ensure food safety level at least. So or 100% obviously it's always safe to operate food, so that we have to make sure. So role of sanitization is controlling, not 100% killing or removing bacteria, but controlling uh, the at least microbes in limit. So it's limiting, and same time it's vanishing also 100%. So mostly sanitization like is to control microbes. Maintaining hygiene standard. Use approved chemical at proper concentration. That is, we have to follow MSDS or SDS. Recently, the famous word is SDS, safety data sheet. Safety data sheet produce, all the contaminants, all the content of chemicals, how to use, and where to store, what is the critical limit, what are the mixing procedures, and everything safe use procedure, everything we have there. So we have to follow SDS guidance while we are using chemicals or any sanitization solution or cleaning agent. Preventing cross-contamination is the high topmost. Regular cleaning and sanitation prevent cross-contamination. Of course, if you are keeping, for example, chicken in one place, and just you remove chicken, you didn't sanitize. So next time you are putting cucumber there, so obviously there will be part of chicken will be mixing with cucumber. That is cross-contamination. If you keep sanitizing all the time, so there's a great less chance that you will contaminate your food. So finally, contamination not only, the food contamination is not only cross-contamination, microbiological contamination, or physical contamination. There is another, we call it allergen awareness. So some people having allergy with the nut, milk, egg, wheat, soy, fish, shellfish. These are the major errors or causing severe reaction to some people. So we have to declare that we are using this kind of item, so customer will be aware. So if they have this kind of allergens, so they can simply tell us and get the right food for their health. Preventing cross contact, of course, careful handling, separate equipment for the cleaning. For example, if you are cleaning toilet with a mop, same mop you cannot use in galley or kitchen. If you are using mess hall cleaning tools, you cannot use that mess hall cleaning tools in housekeeping area. So if you are using store cleaning some tools, that tools you cannot use in other or washroom or bath area. Employee training is important, of course. Time to time the training we have to take positively. It not only refresh, or it also provide the new development in food industry, the food safety awareness, new awareness, so that allergy contamination, whatever it is, so that sometimes the allergens can increase some food. Maybe we not register as allergens, but some people get allergy with a different food also. So we have to be aware, and we have to know is how important it is to know and make sure having good communication with client. Health and safety responsibility. Awareness and control of allergens demonstrate responsibility and prevent health incident. Pest control, of course, sign of pest infestation, so that if there is some dropping of rodent, packaging damage, or siding with insect, rodent in food area, so that is the infestation sign. So that means there is some of course pest available. So we have to make sure prevention, maintaining cleaning, proper waste management, and sealing entry point are key preventing pest infestation. Employee responsibility, of course, promptly report infestation. Pest activity, ensure quick, effective control measure such as pest control or sanitization. Sanitization following by pest control if it is large. Importance of pest control. Effective pest control protect food safety, hygiene standard, ensure a safe working environment. Employee responsibility is all accounted for. Adherence to food safety, of course, consistent follow food safety procedure. Contamination, ensure food safe handling. Make sure good documentation, the thing you do correctly, you are doing all the control limit measures, everything you are following through. Okay, monitoring and record, of course, as I said, so you have to monitor and record those. So that means you are 100% operating well according to procedure. Communication and reporting, of course, if there is something's unusual or different, report it immediately. If there is good thing, also report it. So there will be motivation in team, so we can continue, we can trust on our food preparation area is 100% safe for food safety perspective. Yeah. Share responsibility is everyone responsibility. Manager to downline to the bottom steward. It's everybody responsibility. Food safety achieved through teamwork, accountability among all employees to protect everyone involved. So this is a conclusion review of key point topic. Let's discuss reinforcing hygiene. What is the hygiene? So you should know, proper personal hygiene, hand washing, cleaning, sanitization, and all that counts. And using a clean uniform all the time, making sure you have a nice habit. You should know, sanitization procedures, gloves uses, PP and all. Temperature control, of course, you are controlling by temperature and recording. Cross contamination, understanding we need to have after this training. Practical application, of course, practical application is very important. Common sense is our best tool above all. That's what I say always. Inter uh, Interactive learning, we have to questions and discussion help clarify doubt and foster experience sharing among participant. So we have to, whenever you have a such training, be participated in discussion. So when there is some minor doubt, so you can clear it out. So there will be no doubt at all. These not a rocket science. Few things we have to focus. If we focus for 5 to 10 minutes, so you are good at food safety awareness. Ongoing responsibility. Food safety requires continuous awareness and commitment to prevent foodborne illnesses. So if you are a food handler, so it's a huge responsibility you have. But if you follow simple steps, very easy responsibility you have. So take it as your responsibility, and there is not a big thing, big mountain to climb. It's a minor things we have to focus. All the resources provided by company, why not use wisely and make sure the food industry that you work for always safe food produced and prepare or sharp. So good luck everyone.